Hi and welcome to the Knatters Knits podcast. It's Sunday morning and it's fairly early, for me anyway. It's about mid-morning I think, and I'm coming to you from the north of England, and as you can see the weather has taken a turn for the better. I apologise if there's a lot of background noise. Over in that direction there's a motorway, behind me there's a church, and I think the bells have just stopped ringing, so hopefully you'll be able to hear that, or not hear that as the case may be. And the birds singing as well, so we'll see how that picks up. I may have to re-record this, we'll wait and see what happens. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who carries on keeping in touch with me, who enjoys the podcast. Thanks for coming back and taking a chance on me once again and spending some time with me, and thank you to all of you who are new and are just checking me out for the first time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't know whether it's the spring weather or what it is, but I just feel a huge new enthusiasm for everything this morning. It's partly spurred on by yesterday. I had my hair cut. Maybe that's it, I don't know. But I spent a lovely day yesterday. I went and had my dental appointment, I had my hair done. I did all sorts of other things as well, loads of shopping, and I'll explain to you why I went shopping in a little while. So this week's been a mixed week as far as knitting goes. I'm doing a secret project for somebody, so I can't show that, and I probably won't be able to show it on the podcast. It's only a tiny little thing. Maybe once it's been given to the people who are going to have it, then it's maybe not so secret after all. But just at the moment it's a secret project. I haven't done a huge amount of knitting because I've had a lot going on in my head, which I'll explain in a little while. But what I have been doing this week is reading the latest edition of the Knit Now magazine, which is this one here, and that hit the newsstands in the last week or so. And I was particularly interested in this show guide about Wonderwall Wales. I've never been to Wonderwall Wales, but I have been to Woolfest and to Yarndale. So it got me thinking, what are your favourite shows and why? Obviously mine are choices by geographical location because I live in the north of England. And I'd love to visit some in the south. I used to vend at Craft for Crafters down in Exeter, but it just got a little bit too far to travel 300 miles for a show. And also a tad on the expensive side, considering the amount of things that I was selling. So I stopped doing that for a while, although I'll never say never. I'm up for anything really, once, there's a challenge there. What shows do you like going to and why? Mine, as I said, is geography. Cockermouth, where Woolfest is held, is only just over an hour's drive. And similarly with Yarndale in Skipton. They're both very similar in that they're held in a similar sort of venue, i.e. a cattle auction market, and all the vendors are actually in the animal pens, so that I really, really like. So I've never been to one that isn't like that. Now the one that they've talked about in this edition of the magazine is held in a purpose-built exhibition space really. Wonderwall Wales is held and the Welsh Showgrounds. It started off, as it says, as a Royal Welsh. They were a Royal Welsh show. Sorry, I can put my teeth in. Royal Welsh Smallholder and Garden Festival in 2008, but it very rapidly became an event all of its own. And as you'll know now, it's at Royal Welsh Showground. The dates this year are 23rd and 24th of April this year. 10 till 5:30 on the Saturday and 10 till 4:30 on the Sunday. It looks phenomenal. There's a picture very quickly here of a little bit of it, but apparently it's over about 3 different exhibition halls, and there are loads and loads of classes that go on, and I'd love to go. I really would love to go, but it's going to mean taking some time out to go down, so this year's not going to happen for me. But maybe next year or the year after, and maybe I'll take you along with me. That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? So what sort of events do you go to? Do you prefer the smaller ones? The ones where, they're more local to you? Do you like the really big ones, like the one at Ali Pali? Or for those of you who aren't in the UK, that's Alexandra Palace in London. Or the Harrogate one, because Harrogate is a spa town in Yorkshire, and they have a huge exhibition area, and a lot of people know the conference centre there, because a lot of the political conferences happen there, and lots and events like the stitching and stitching show. So I don't know where my teeth are today. It's really crazy, isn't it? So I'm not planning on doing anything particular this year, as far as going to events is concerned, because I've got so much on my plate right now. But if you were to go, where would you recommend to me to go? Have you ever been on one of the ones in London? Have you been on any of the yarn crawls? What sort of events do you think make really good events to go to? So I'll leave that thought with you. And we'll get on now, because this is a knitting podcast, we'll get on to the knitting. So the first thing I've been working on I couldn't resist any longer. I only bought it a couple of weeks ago, I know. But this Countess Ablaze yarn that I bought was just sitting there saying, come knit me. And, I've had a wonderful time with it. The yarn I'm using at the moment is the Bad Girls Club, and it's the English Gentleman DK, 50% Blueface Leicester and 50% Masham. It's a DK weight yarn, 100 grams is 240 metres. So I was thinking, what can I make with 240 metres? Well, this, I don't know how well you can see that, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Really gorgeous. When I got it initially, sorry, I was just noticing it's quite dark. I don't know if you can see me or not. The yarn, it was alright, but I was a bit disappointed. But as I've gone on, it's actually got better and better. And this, excuse the clicking of the needles, this is how it's knitting up. It's beautiful. Really beautiful. I love the pops of colour. There's purpley pinky bits, there's tan bits, there's golden brown bits. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, it's gorgeous. So I'm really enjoying that, and sadly enough, I've had to put stitch markers in. I don't know if you can see them from there, because I kept on forgetting to do my 5 stitches at the beginning, and it's only going to be a cowl. It's not going to be anything, it's just an off-the-cuff sort of cowl. I'm going to try and make it long and drapey. But it smells... No, it doesn't smell too sheepy, but it does feel absolutely fantastic. So that's that one, and it's living in my bag from Elspeth, bag from Ellie. There we go. Really nice. And what I like about this bag is she's lined it in a silky material. And when I was out yesterday, I was in a cafe drinking coffee and knitting, and I didn't want this ball of yarn to go flying all over the cafe because it was particularly busy with it being a Saturday, but because of this silky material, it just pulled out beautifully, and the ball inside the bag just rolled where I wanted it to, and didn't come out the bag. So that was fantastic, and it's sort of an extra benefit I hadn't guessed I was going to get from this. And on this bag it's all sort of sewing and socks and knitting needles and things like that. So that's one of Goth Heart Creations bags. Do like that. That's really nice. I know I've shown it before, but in this light it's different, and I really do love that one. So thanks, Sally, for that. The next thing I've been doing, I have been keeping it as a secret and not showing you, but I've decided I'm going to show you the Shawl of Doom. Now, it's only Shawl of Doom because of my ineptitude, really. It's made out of yarn from Skein, from Australia, and this is it, and it's the Outback colourway. It's lovely and soft, and as you can see, nice and squishy, and this is it so far. Let's put it across me like that. Don't know how well this lighting's showing up actually. Does that look any better? Yeah, maybe a little. So there we go. I've just started the lace section. There's a little flower section here. Don't know how well you can see that, but a little flower section. And I've just started the main section of the lace. And oh boy, I've had to put stitch marker after stitch marker in because I'm absolutely useless at keeping track of where I am. It's turned out to be very bouncy. That's the back. That's the front. I do like it, but I don't know if I'm going to wear it. I don't know whether it's me or not. Maybe once it's blocked, I'll see. I'm still having some problems with this, and the deadline is coming because it's now the 13th. I've got a week left to finish it. Let's hope I manage it, eh? Let's hope I manage it. So that's that one. It's a test knit, and it hasn't had a lot of love, I have to say. That one back in that bag, otherwise I'm going to lose that ball band. How good are you at keeping ball bands? I'm dreadful. I absolutely am dreadful at losing them. So this week we've had some bad news. One of my family members isn't very well, so they've been in hospital, so I'm going to go down this week to see them. I managed to get a couple of days off. I'm going to work some extra days in the following week. So I'm heading down to Devon on Tuesday, halfway through the day after doing some work. I'm going to head down, and then on Wednesday I'm going to, as well as help this person on the Wednesday, I'm going to go and visit Ellie and Dave from FO&I. So hi to their girls. Just wait till you see what I've got for you girls. And I'm going to go and see them, so that's going to be rather nice, I think. To actually say that I've met a couple of podcasters in person. I've already met James from the Dancing Geek podcast, but I haven't really met any other podcasters very much. So I'm going to go and see Ellie and Dave this week. Going to pop in for coffee, and I think we're going to do a little bit of a yarn swap. I've got something that's lace weight Ellie that I think you might like. And I've got a couple of things that I'm going to let Dave choose from because I think he might like those. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get to record a bit. Maybe we'll just have coffee and say hi. I'm not sure yet what's going to happen, but that's what we're doing so far. And then I'm planning to travel back on Thursday, and then I'm back at work again on Friday, and it's just busy at the moment. So next on to my major news and what's been occupying my head this week and last week. Some of you will remember that I decided I was going to apply for a job a while back, and then I changed my mind and didn't, even though it was offered to me, I didn't take it. Well, a couple of weeks ago, an opportunity came up within the company I currently work for. I'm not employed by them, but I work for them. And it was just too good to say no. So I'm really pleased to say that I've accepted a position as a trainer for a healthcare company, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be covering the whole of Yorkshire and Lancashire doing training, which is going to be really good, and it means I can reactivate my nurse registration. So yesterday evening I was sorting out all the paperwork that goes with that, because you have to have done so many hours practice, and you have to have done so much study, and I was just trying to pull all my papers together just to see whether I had or hadn't, and I have. So that's brilliant news. So now I've just got to get my references together, and hopefully I can get back on the nurse register and I can start training people again. The job doesn't actually call for me to be a registered nurse at the moment, so that's fine. But if I have got my nurse registration active again, it means I will be able to train some things that at the moment, because I'm not registered as a nurse, I'm not able to do. So I'm extremely excited about that. It's really the culmination of everything I've always wanted to do, and I don't know if you can tell, but I can't stop grinning. I'm just so pleased, so happy. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to mean being away from home sometimes, quite a bit of travelling, because I'm going to be covering all the way from North Yorkshire, which is sort of 2 hours north of me, all the way to somewhere 2 hours south of me, and although strictly speaking they're not 2 hours away from me, they are, because of the fact that the traffic can be so bad sometimes. Now, it's really what I've always wanted to do, and I'm extremely pleased. It also means I'm not going to lose contact with the care home that I'm currently working in, because I will be their trainer too. So, sorry guys, you're not losing me that easily. I will be around for quite a bit longer. So that's kept me really, really busy thinking about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, what life's going to be like, because it is going to be completely different. Instead of being at home slobbing over the weekends, no, actually I may slob over the weekends and knit exclusively, but during the week I'm going to be away from home quite a bit, but it means I can take my knitting with me. That's not going to stop me from knitting at all. And oh, can you see the sunshine on my face? I'm just loving this so much. I can't believe I'm actually sat here, nothing on my arms. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Over there, just behind the fence, is a railway line, and I'm surprised that nothing's gone past the whole time I've been recording. Okay, it's only been just over 15 minutes, but there's nothing there. But the views, the mist is just beginning to lift. There's some gorgeous hills over there. It's the Trough of Bowland if you're looking on a map. And also I can see, no, not really, I can't really see it very well, but there is a forest over there as well, and it's glorious. This is the first really beautiful, almost summer-like day. It's really beating down on me, lovely and warm. I'm just loving this so much. So maybe I'll get to podcast outside a bit more. And it's lovely. It's really, really gorgeous. I'm speechless. I'm also aware that you can see my house behind me, and I'm not sure whether my husband will peek out of those curtains that are closed in the background or not. If he does, I'm sorry. So I need to make some more plans about what I'm going to knit over the next few months, really. I find that I'm much better with planning what I'm going to knit. I need to get the big blanket of doom sorted out. The one that I've been going out on and on and on about over the last 25 episodes. I still haven't finished it. I have still got my purple jumper, the P2875. I haven't finished that. In fact, I haven't done any more on that one. I really just seem to have so much startitis at the moment. Maybe that'll improve once I'm on the road, because I'll have to do the projects I've taken with me. We'll see about that one, I think. Yeah, sorry, the beauty out here at the moment is just phenomenal. I'm really enjoying being out in the sunshine. It's really got me spurred up to, can you feel the sun on your face? It's really weird, because I'm looking at myself the wrong way round. So over here it's my right, and the sunshine is just beating down on me. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I think that may be a plan, to actually take things with me. Well, partly because I'm going to have to, because I can't just nip home overnight. So that should focus my attention to my knitting a bit more. And also because my time is going to be more precious, I might be more concentrated about what I'm actually making. I've got a pair of socks on the needles that I haven't finished yet. Sorry, wasp. I could feel something on the back of my head then. It feels really strange not having my hair here. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it, because I think, as I say, it should focus my mind on what I'm knitting. But I think I also ought to think about having some challenges for all of us. Maybe some knit-alongs. I've got the year-long one in threads on the Knatters Knit group on Ravelry. So please do continue to post what you have knitted into that thread, and every time I draw I will post, so that I will only take from there onwards when I do the next drawing for the next month. Now for February there was only one post, so I'm really sorry, but I'm actually going to put that one in to March's, because I'm not just going to give away just because of only one person. But that person, because I know that they've done more stuff in March, will have 2 entries in the March draw, which I think is fair, because they have put so much work in. So if you want to make sure that you get drawn, get more people along and get them involved in the draw, because that way there will actually be more prizes and more excitement going on in that thread. I'd like to do a knit along, and I'm thinking I may do a knit along for a cowl that I've designed, but as it's just actually at the moment with a national magazine from consideration, I'll have to wait to see what happens with that one, and assuming it doesn't get in, then we'll do a knit along fairly soon, probably about May time. But if it does get in, it'll have to be perhaps nearer November time when we do that. I'm also designing a couple of other items at the moment. What to tell you, what not to tell you. One's a little girl's item, and I'm quite excited about that because it harks back to something traditional but done in a completely different way. So that's exciting. And I've got a couple more ideas as well at the moment, just brewing, so we'll see what happens with those. I'm sorry this is going to be a really short show this week, partly, as I said, because I've had so much going on and not a lot to show you. I'm sorry it was just the 2 projects, but hopefully over the coming weeks it'll be more. I think that's about it. So rather than doing my usual wittering on and on and on, I'm going to cut it short here and say thank you very much for coming and checking me out today, and please do drop by the Ravelry group, or send me a tweet, because I'm Knatters Knits on Twitter. Send me something by Instagram, because I'm Knatters Knits on Instagram, or Facebook, where I have a Facebook page, or I will try and keep up to date with my show notes on my WordPress page, which is knattersknits.wordpress.com. So please come and check me out. Thanks again so much for taking the time today. I hope you have a fantastic week. I know I'm going to have a really busy one. And I shall see you all really soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye.